Hey, Fire Team members. I just wanted to come to you live real quick. I had a thought, and I just typed this out on the Team Smoke Eaters group page, but just wanted to share this with everybody. So this has been on my mind the last few days just because of what I'm going through. So my husband threw out his back again. So basically he's, kind of down for the count for a few days and definitely kind of tentatively for the next few days. So what happens when, a person of the household, no longer can do the things that they normally do? That means the other person in the household has to take over. So, on top of, running a business, getting my workouts in, doing my nutrition, walking the dogs, doing half the chores, all that stuff, I'm now doing, everything else, plus caring for a spouse who needs, caring for. So, it got me thinking, and I was just talking to a client of mine that I'm training the other day about this very same thing. I just wanted to share with you guys about, life is, we all know this. So, thank goodness, thank your lucky stars if nothing bad has ever happened to you before. So I don't think anybody can actually say that. So let's just assume bad things have happened. Things happen. You have a death in the family, you lose a job, your water pipes burst in your house, whatever it may be, just a rainy season is what I call it in your life. You have seasons in life. Some are wonderful and some are not so wonderful, but that is life. Shit happens, and it's unanticipated a lot of times. But here's the thing, guys. What I see over and over and over again, not only in the fitness training world, but also just in being in the mental health counseling world for the last 15 years. So 20 years plus of experience of, providing counseling and coaching to people. This issue comes up over and over and over again. And it's not that I'm unempathetic. I certainly am, just shit happens, and I hate to see it. I hate to experience it myself. I get stressed out too. But it is a very easy thing to use that as an excuse to let go of your self-care, your health journey, and, and focus all of your other efforts on, just kind of getting through this issue. And it does take a lot of energy. I mean, that's the thing. When you're going through a lot of stress, it sucks up all your energy. It sucks up all your motivation. You just have no desire to eat well. You actually, like today, I have had really bad sugar cravings because I'm stressed. So, but to know that, you're going to have less energy for working out. You're going to be distracted and maybe not catch some things or prepare for some things that you normally would prepare for. You may feel like you don't have time to prepare your meals, to cook healthy, to plan your groceries, to plan your workouts, and to do those self-care things, to protect your sleep, to do some de-stressing kind of activities, whatever those may be, whether it be yoga or meditation, or maybe you just like to sit outside by a fire and have a cup of coffee, whatever it is. But here's how I describe it. When you go through these seasons of high stress, when you just have a storm going on in your life, you have two choices. You can either just let go of all the self-care things, let go of your health, and start digging yourself down into unhealthy, unwell behaviors. So I describe it as digging a hole. So when I kind of, if I let go of my nutrition and I, just go, F it, I don't want to go to the grocery store, I don't have time, I have so much going on, I'm just going to eat out, I'm just going to, give into these sugar cravings, that's, a big shovel over, my back. And the longer and the more things that I choose to do, I'm digging and digging and digging that hole, right? So at the end of this storm, when I'm ready to get back to taking care of myself, now all of a sudden I'm looking up, seeing where I started, and see how far I've come away from where I was when the storm hit me. Now I'm looking at a lot more effort, a lot more energy to get back to where I started when this storm in life hit in the first place. That's not even progress. This is just the effort that, I always say, it always takes just as long, if not, I say twice as long, to make up for these seasons where we give up our self-care. So if I maybe choose to cut back a little bit, maybe I don't work out as often, but I really focus down on my nutrition. And I try and protect my sleep, but maybe there's a few days that, I have to cut in my sleep. Okay, so I'm digging a little hole, right? So at the end of this storm, I'm going to look and go, okay, this seems surmountable. I can get out of this hole. This is going to be, yes, it's going to take a little extra effort, but I can get out of this. It seems doable. But if you dig yourself into a deep hole and weeks go by and all of your self-care behaviors just go by the wayside because you're stressed and you have something going on in your life that's stressful and taking up your time and energy, you're going to get to the end of that and get to a point where you're ready to start taking care of yourself again. And you're going to look up, and what most people do is they go, I can't do that. Oh no. Nope, that's too much. I just can't do it. And they give up. They throw in the towel until, maybe years go by and they go, okay, I've really got to start taking care of myself again. And that hole has just been dug deeper and deeper and deeper. So think of self-care as the way you either dig a hole or you don't every single day, right? So I understand things happen, guys. I mean, it happens to me. I'm going through it right now. So, but I have two choices. I can either use that as an excuse and dig myself a deep hole, or I can, mitigate how much damage I do to my health, because stress does damage to your health, period. There's no preventing that. It is. So I'm digging a little bit of a hole here, but I'm determined each time storms like this in my life hit me, and hopefully you will too going forward, and you'll maybe remember this, that I'm going to try to only dig a small hole this time. What can I do to kind of protect those self-care behaviors? And especially you guys who are first responders or military members know, even if you've been on an airplane, you're told to put your mask on first, right? You got to make sure, maintain your own safety first before you can help others. So if you are in a storm where you are actually having to care for other people, like I am, then if you are not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be in a good position to care for other people very well, right? So not only are you damaging yourself, but you're going to be damaging them too. You're not going to be so helpful, right? So taking care of yourself is actually taking care of others. So don't see it as, being selfish. See it as, this is my self-care behavior. So you may have to get up earlier because this is, maybe your workout is a stress release. It is for me. So I got up at 5 a.m. this morning to, get out before everybody got up, get my workout in, for stress relief, but also it's very relaxing, the scenery, it's beautiful. So then I can kind of have my mind right, and have done a checked off of self-care behavior very first thing in the morning, for myself, so I can be in a better place to help others during the day. And I know for a fact, because I'm 41 years old and I've lived a life, I know for a fact that if I would have given up my workout time, I would have been irritable, I would have been pissed, I would have been thinking about it all day, like I didn't get my workout in today, this sucks, and I would have been in a negative mindset. So think about maybe the benefits of maybe sacrificing just a little bit of sleep and getting up early. The benefits kind of outweigh the negatives of maybe losing a little sleep. Even though sleep is important, I'm not saying cut into your sleep to do things. You got to protect that as well. So it's a balance, though. You kind of have to look at the pros and cons and do the one that is most beneficial to you for that moment. And sometimes, there's only a couple things that you can do, and that's great. Okay, but at least it's something. At least it's not full on just giving up everything and digging that deepest hole you could possibly dig, right? So if you've dropped out so far in the Guns and Hoses Challenge, you've been notified by me on the app, that I've kind of removed you from the team, so your negative points or no points are not affecting your team. You're always welcome to come back, but you need to have a plan to come back. You need to say, okay, here's the one or two things that I can do. Okay, I can't do the workouts. All right, well, you know what I can do is I can post a picture of my food. That'll help me try and keep on track while I'm going through this maybe stressful situation in my life. And that's totally awesome. It's, again, our role is to kind of mitigate the damage and help you increase the good, increase the positive, increase the things that can be helpful to you. So, you may or may not be, timing is a bitch. That's just how it is. Sometimes things happen when you sign up for these challenges, and life happens and you feel like you can't commit to the entire program, and which is totally fine. But you also need to understand that you made a commitment to this, and if you are able to do some of it, then you need to make a commitment to do some of it and let us know what those things are. You have a responsibility here. So when you totally throw up your hands and just say, I have no responsibility, this just happened, I'm just, this isn't good, and I'm just fuck it, blah, 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 excuse my language. But that's how it is. That's the mental state that we get in. We just get into the F it mental state. Everything's going to shit, my life's a mess, I'm really stressed out, it just sucks, blah, 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 A, B, C, and D happen, and, I can't take this anymore, so we don't want you to be in that negative mindset. This is about self-care. This is about taking care of yourself during the storm. The storm sucks, guys. I get it. I've been through some hard shit too. But can you put your mask on first in some way in your life? Some way. So you don't dig that hole so deep during this storm. Because I don't want you to get to the end of the storm and look up and give up and say, I can't do this. Nope, not doing it. That's what we want to prevent. So committing to a couple of things, small things that you can commit to do every day. Even if it's just taking a walk. Commit to something. If you're going through a storm right now, let us know. Message your trainer, say, hey man, I'm going through something right now. Sorry, I can't commit to this entire, challenge, but here's the one or two things. Here's the way I'm going to put on my mask. And self-care. I'm committing to this. So hold me accountable. Ask your trainer, hold me accountable. Ask your group, hold me accountable to this. I want to check in every day. I'm going to let you guys know I, took a walk, and, I had my, protein shake for breakfast instead of a sugary coffee and donuts. Whatever it is. Pick two things and commit to those things and let us know what those are. If you're going through a storm right now, get it? That's life. But we're still here to help you care for yourself while you're going through this, so you're not digging yourself in that hole. All right, guys, have a happy Wednesday, and let us know if we can help you get back on track if you've fallen off, because it happens. This is week 3. I'm telling you, it always happens, and people are dropping out. So this is why I'm talking about the storms in life and how you can kind of recommit and get back on track It's not too late. Let's do this. We're only halfway through this. So let's do it. Let's commit to those couple things that you can do every day to not dig that hole and to finish this program, even though you weren't able to do the entire thing, but still, commit to a couple of those healthy behaviors every single day, and we can hold you accountable for those.